Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news comes from Governor Whitmer this afternoon. The state's mask requirement for fully vaccinated people is officially lifted. Thank you for joining us for Local 4 News at noon. I'm Evrod Kasumi. That new order goes into effect tomorrow at 9 a.m. And it comes after the CDC issued new mask guidance for fully vaccinated people. Local 4's Rod Maloney joins us now live. Rod, what can you tell us, and what does this mean for Governor Whitmer's Back to Normal plan?
Well, as it stands right now, Evrod, as you said, it starts at 9 tomorrow morning. So we're still going to be wearing masks today, but let's go right to the governor's statement. This is the most salient point. It says, under the updated MDHHS gatherings and mask order, Michiganders who are outdoors will no longer need to wear a mask regardless of vaccination status. That's important. Let's go back over that. Michiganders who are outdoors will no longer need to wear a mask regardless of vaccination status. While indoors, fully vaccinated Michiganders will no longer need to wear a mask, but residents who are not vaccinated or have not completed their vaccinations must continue to wear a mask or face covering to protect themselves and others. After July 1, the broad indoor mask mandate will expire. So that's probably worth repeating as well. So again, outside, Michiganders no longer need to wear a mask regardless of vaccination status. But indoors, fully vaccinated Michiganders will no longer need to wear a mask, but residents who are not vaccinated or have not completed their vaccinations must continue to wear a mask or face covering to protect themselves and others. And then she goes on to say, after July 1st, the broad indoor mask mandate will expire. So as best we can tell, based on this press release that was released at about 12:45, is that the other standards that the governor was looking at in terms of masks no longer exist. But we still need clarity. We need still clarification from this, and we're going to be looking to speak to the MDHHS director this afternoon. We're told we're going to have that opportunity. One of the things that she did say in the press release was that she wanted to see Michiganders be patient with each other. She said, I urge residents to continue to be respectful of each other. And so there are lots of questions surrounding all of this, like, okay, they put the signs up saying, don't wear a mask in, say, a business. Chances are you're probably going to want to have that mask on, and the governor and the MDHHS director are asking people not to be upset with other people or getting into that notion where you're watching other people to see if they are wearing a mask. They are also saying, and in fact, the governor, Dr. Janae Caldoun, and also the MDHHS director were very clear in this release that was put out at 12:45 time that they think that everybody needs to get out and get a vaccination right now. If you haven't gotten one, they say it's vitally important that everybody do that. So as things stand right now, Evrod, we've got changes in the mask mandate. We've been over it a couple of times, but maybe it's worth repeating just one more time.
Okay.
If you are outdoors, you no longer need to wear a mask regardless of your vaccination status. No more masks outdoors, but indoors, fully vaccinated Michiganders will no longer need to wear a mask, but residents who are not vaccinated or if you haven't completed your vaccination cycle, you need a second shot, you must continue to wear a mask or face covering to protect themselves and others indoors. Now, after July 1, the broad mask order expires. So, Evrod, that's what we know right now. Certainly looking for clarity. We'll have more coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. Back to you.
All right, Rod Maloney reporting live for us this afternoon. Of course, they also mentioned to be kind to one another and be very respectful of each other when it comes to vaccination status. Let's get you updated on the other coronavirus headlines for you this afternoon. We're expecting to get the latest case and death numbers from the state health department. Just yesterday, the state reported 2,057 new cases of COVID-19 and 112 additional deaths. 73 of those deaths were identified during a vital records review. Also, the Michigan's 7-day average for new COVID-19 cases has hit the lowest point in 2 months. And then on the vaccine front, so far, 55.6% of Michigan residents have gotten at least one dose of a coronavirus vaccine. Well, as we get a check of the forecast right now and bring in meteorologist Brandon Rue, I couldn't help but notice, Brandon, all the sun that was beaming down on Rod Maloney during his live shot there, and it looks like it's shaping up for a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, Rod, soaking in the sun, and it's one of those days where the kids may have gone to school with sweatshirts, but hopefully they're riding home in shorts because look at the beautiful big blue skies over downtown Detroit and over toward Windsor. Good afternoon, Canada. 67 in our metro zone, Metro Airport, 68 Ann Arbor and Port Huron. Funny, those two were the coolest this morning, close to freezing, and now they're the warmest here at noon. We're on our way to about 70 degrees at 2 o'clock and 73 degrees for a high today, a dry day Friday. See a couple of clouds way up north, and as we warm, we will see a couple of puffy clouds. That's about it. Sunburn in 30 to 60 minutes. Make sure you've got the sunscreen. Weekend rain chances, Evrod. We'll talk about this coming up, which day and how long we sail in these 70s.
All right, Brandon will be checking in with him again shortly. Now to the latest on the gas shortages up and down the East Coast after that pipeline cyber attack and the new warning that it's exposed critical infrastructure vulnerabilities here in the U.S. As Tom Costello reports, sources tell NBC News that Colonial Pipeline actually paid millions of dollars to unfreeze their computers.
A week after the cyber attack against the Colonial Pipeline, panic buying, long lines, and no gas at 17,000 stations.
I pulled up right here at the light and seen the truck over here, and I said, thank you, God.
While Colonial says the pipeline is open again, fuel is flowing very slowly, 3 to 5 miles per hour. It'll take several days to replenish the tank farms, fuel trucks, and gas stations that have run dry. Despite months of government warnings for companies to prepare for exactly this kind of malware attack, Homeland Security can only urge private companies to harden their defenses.
I cannot dictate that the private companies do certain things relative to cybersecurity.
Critical infrastructure includes everything from fuel depots to power and nuclear plants, water systems, railroads, banks, hospitals, telecom centers. The list is endless. 85% of it privately owned and often reluctant to share information with Homeland Security Cybersecurity, CISA. As we saw during the election, CISA is constantly working to identify and block hack attempts.
Our critical infrastructures and other important business systems are no longer subject to the threat only of being spied on by others, but actually being attacked by others.
So far this year, ransomware losses have already exceeded $350 million. That's a 300% increase over last year. Companies face a dilemma: refuse to give in to the criminals' demands or do what Colonial did, pay the $5 million ransom in Bitcoin to regain access to their computers.
If you're Colonial Pipeline, the cost of remediating and the cost of the lost operations that you have could easily make $5 million look like a drop in the bucket.
This week, President Biden issued an executive order to strengthen infrastructure cybersecurity at businesses and federal agencies.
There are techniques, security techniques, that can be used to defend against the vast majority of these attacks. Everybody's going to have a bad day, and you need to make sure that you can get through it.
Tom Costello, NBC News.
Well, the White House insisted there's no evidence this attack was approved by the Kremlin, and there are no plans for a retaliatory cyber attack. But there is pressure building to hold Russia accountable if it doesn't help crack down on these cyber criminal gangs. All right, new here at noon, Bedrock Detroit is expanding its portfolio along the riverfront. The real estate giant has purchased 300 River Place from the Stroh Companies. It's located right there near Atwater and Joseph Campo, and it includes 500,000 square feet of office space, 735 parking spaces, and more than 4 acres of developmental land. Plans and programming for the land are expected to be announced very soon. We'll keep you posted on that. And we have an orange barrel alert for you as you head into your weekend. Parts of I-75 in both Oakland County and Detroit are affected by this starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Crews are going to be closing the northbound lanes from 8 Mile to 696, as well as the southbound lanes from 696 to I-94, with a single lane remaining open from 8 Mile to the Davison Freeway. All the lanes will then reopen Monday morning in time for rush hour at 5 a.m. Still to come here at noon. After a month delay, we are days away from the deadline to file your taxes, and we have what you need to know to file your tax return on time. But first, tensions remain high around the Gaza border between Israeli forces and Palestinian militants.